let's jump right in. We're doing one of our deep dives today.
Yeah.
And this time it's all focused on just a single source that you shared with us.
Right. It's a web page.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
A web page that's specifically talking about a review from like a movie podcast.
Gotcha. And the main thing we're pulling from it, the topic, is a review of the film Underwater. Is that right?
That's the one.
Yeah.
So our mission really is just to unpack this page, see what it tells us.
Okay.
How does it describe the film? What does it say about the podcast?
Uh-huh.
And maybe even like who wrote the post about the review? What picture can we get just from this one source?
It's interesting, isn't it, how much you can sometimes glean from just one page if you look closely.
Totally.
So, right off the bat, it tells us this review is from the Moviescramble podcast.
Okay. Moviescramble.
Yeah, and it calls it a mini podcast episode, actually.
Oh, mini. So maybe they do like shorter reviews sometimes. Quick takes.
Could be. That's sort of what it suggests, yeah.
Ah.
Focus takes on specific films, perhaps.
Okay. And the film itself, Underwater, what does the page say about that? How's it described?
Well, the source calls it an action film.
Right.
And more specifically, it uses the phrase deep sea survival movie.
Ah, okay. Deep sea survival.
Yeah, and it mentions it stars Kristen Stewart.
Right.
That genre label, deep sea survival, that kind of immediately sets a tone, doesn't it? Gives you an expectation.
It does. You know what kind of movie you're probably in for, and maybe what the podcast review might touch on.
Exactly. So, okay, we have the film, the podcast name, Moviescramble.
Yeah.
Where does it say you can actually, listen to this podcast?
Oh, it's pretty clear about that. It lists iTunes, Spotify, YouTube.
The usual suspects.
Yeah, and then it explicitly says it's available on all major podcast providers.
Okay, so they're really pushing for wide availability, good reach.
Seems like it. They want people to be able to find it easily wherever they listen.
Makes sense. Okay, so broad distribution. What about the person who wrote this specific post we're looking at?
Ah, yeah, the page name's John McArthur.
John McArthur. And who is he according to the page?
It says he's the editor-in-chief at Moviescramble.
Editor-in-chief, okay.
And this is where, you get that little bit of personal detail from the source itself.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
It says he's a fan of all things cinematic, which is, kind of broad.
Standard for a movie site editor, maybe?
Right, but then it adds specifics. It says he has a love of film noir, sci-fi, and Julia Roberts in Notting Hill.
Wait, Notting Hill?
What?
Really? Film noir, sci-fi, and Notting Hill.
Yeah, it's quite a mix, isn't it?
It really is. You got the dark, moody stuff, the speculative future stuff, and then like peak 90s rom-com.
Exactly. It paints, kind of an interesting picture of his personal tastes. Adds a bit of personality beyond just the job title.
Definitely does. Gives you maybe a hint of the sensibility behind the site, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe. So, beyond this one review of Underwater, does the page give us any clues about, like, other stuff Moviescramble puts out?
It does, actually, yeah. If you look around the page, there are mentions of other podcast episodes.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Let's see. There are titles like Moviescramble, Eep 89, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning.
Okay. Big action franchise.
Right. And Moviescramble, Eep 88, Braveheart, and Rob Roy.
Wow. Okay. Historical epics there. Quite different.
Yeah, and it also mentions things like deleted scenes episodes, whatever those might be.
Interesting. So they definitely seem to cover, blockbuster action and some historical stuff in the podcast feed based on those examples.
Seems like it. And then the page also lists some other articles or reviews on the site itself, not just podcasts.
Oh, okay. What kind of things?
Well, there's one title about a review of the black and white version of Parasite.
Oh, wow. Okay. Critically acclaimed Oscar winner. Very different again.
Right. And another one mentioned is an Uncut Gems review.
Uncut Gems, another distinct choice. Intense indie film.
Exactly. So when you put that next to Mission Impossible or Braveheart.
Yeah, it really suggests the site, and maybe the podcast too, covers a really wide spectrum.
It does seem that way, from international award winners to big blockbusters, action, historical, indie. It seems pretty broad.
So just by pulling out these little bits and pieces from this single web page.
Yeah.
The film description, deep sea survival, Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
The podcast name, Moviescramble, the fact it's on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube.
The editor-in-chief, John McArthur, with his specific tastes.
Film noir, sci-fi, Notting Hill.
And then these other examples, Parasite, Uncut Gems, Mission Impossible.
Right. Yeah.
We actually build up a pretty decent little picture, don't we, of what Moviescramble's about.
Yeah, you really do. You get a feel for the kind of coverage they offer, the platform itself, even a hint of the person steering it, all from one page.
It's like a core sample almost, a concentrated look just from examining this one digital artifact. Gives you a solid starting point.
It definitely does. And, it leaves you with some interesting things to think about, connecting those dots. Okay, so let's quickly synthesize then. What did this deep dive into just that one webpage really show us?
Well, we saw the review was for Underwater.
Right, described as that deep-sea survival movie with Kristen Stewart.
And it's from the Moviescramble podcast, which you can find pretty much everywhere. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, all the main providers.
Yep. And the post itself was by John McArthur, the editor-in-chief.
And the page specifically mentioned his personal taste for film noir sci-fi.
And surprisingly, Julia Roberts in Notting Hill. Can't forget that one.
Definitely stands out. And we also saw hints of the broader content.
Yeah, like reviews of Parasite, the black and white one, and Uncut Gems.
Plus those podcast episodes on things like Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning and Braveheart and Rob Roy.
So pulling all those threads together just from that single page, it gives you, the listener, a really efficient overview, doesn't it?
It does. You get a quick sense of the topic, the platform, some of the people. So here's maybe a final thought for you to chew on. And this is based only on what we could pull from this one source, remember?
Okay, we'll be honest.
Given John McArthur's stated personal loves, specifically film noir, sci-fi, and Julia Roberts in Notting Hill, what might his role as editor-in-chief, overseeing or maybe even writing about a review of a deep-sea survival action film starring Kristen Stewart, what might that suggest? Does it suggest something about, the actual breadth of his own cinematic interests beyond those stated loves? Or maybe it says something about the job itself, the sort of editorial approach needed for running a movie website like Moviescramble.
Interesting question. What does that specific mix tell us? Something to think about.